Recubbed, a Lion God fanfic by Lionkingview, Chapter 10.
What? Hey! Fuck!
This primal-sounding scream echoed through the Pride Lands just after the sun had risen. The high pitch of the voice yelling this statement of disbelief somewhat took away from its impact. Nonetheless, the yell awoke the entire Pride. What's going on? Asked Kion as he lifted his head in confusion. Fuli awoke next to Kion, offering the same question. Then the voice that had yelled before could be heard yet again.
This can't be happening!
Opined the voice. Kion instantly recognized it as being his father's cub voice. I think my dad just got his memory back, said Kion as he looked at the den's entrance. He doesn't sound all that happy about it, remarked Fuli. Uh-huh, nodded Kion. Fuli? Kion started as he turned to Fuli. Their eyes met, just for a few seconds, as yesterday's events flashed by quickly. Moonlight reflections, the warmth of one another, heavy breathing. I think it would be best if you assemble a guard and meet me in the lair in about an hour, he said. Fuli was still somewhat lost in his eyes. Yeah. Then she chuckled. Sorry, all this is still so unreal. You know, you and me and all that, she said with a warm smile. Yeah, I know what you mean, responded Kion. Anyway, you said in an hour, right? Fuli made sure she hadn't gotten it wrong. Yeah, in an hour, smiled Kion. I'll see what's up with my dad, he said. Okay, then we'll see each other in an hour, said Fuli as she quickly went into a sprint, just to suddenly stop, turn around, make a run at Kion, come to another sudden stop, place a quick kiss on his lips, and then go into an actual sprint towards the open plains of the Pride Lands. Kion was left with a somewhat idiotic grin on his face. The grin didn't fade until a paw tipped Kion on his right shoulder. What? Ah. He turned around to see Kiara looking at him in mild irritation. Dad is having a mental breakdown and you're just staring into the distance. We could need your help, you know, Kiara stated. Sorry, I was a bit distracted. Fuli, it's not important, Kion fumbled. Fuli? I see. The first few days of being together are really intense. You probably want to spend every second of every day with her. However, right now you need to keep it together, Kion, Kiara explained. I know. Sorry, let's go. You said Dad is having a mental breakdown, asked Kion. Inside the den, the Pride had formed a circle around Simba and Nala. To be more accurate, around Simba, since Nala had kept calm and therefore wasn't really the center of attention. 2 days! That's 2 days too many, complained Simba. Calm down, Simba. We're going to be our normal selves in no time, Nala tried to reason. But until then I'll be a bloody cub, Simba squeaked as he showed little to no sign of calming himself. Dad! Kion made his way to the inner circle together with Kiara. Kion, is there any way to speed this madness up? Simba almost yelled. What? No, Rafiki worked very hard on the cure, and 2 days is already really quick, Kion explained. Rafiki? That old fool is all his fault, Simba came to conclude. Well, technically speaking, it was our fault, started Nala, but she was quickly interrupted. Out of the way, the monkey is going to get a talking to he won't forget, Simba said as he tried to run outside, but he was quickly stopped by Sarabi, who took him by the neck. What exactly do you think you'll achieve by growling at Rafiki? Inquired Sarabi. Well, he'll find a way to speed up the growth process, reasoned Simba. Now let me go. I don't want to be reminded of how ridiculously small I am right now, Simba growled. This really isn't going to help matters, Kion spoke. The last thing I need right now is a lecture from my son who is taller than me. Wait, how young am I? Simba asked. His eyes grew wide. Mother, let me down this instant. I need to see my reflection, Simba demanded. Listen, Simba, this doesn't matter, Nala said. It matters to me, Simba said, still unable to move free from his mother's maw. If you promise not to overreact, I can carry you over to the waterhole, said Sarabi. I can walk by myself. I'm small but not a newborn, mother, countered Simba. You don't seem very calm. We don't want you to run off or do anything hasty, stated Kiara. Simba sighed. Where exactly do you think I could go, and how exactly would I outrun you? I'm the smallest cub around, explained Simba with a rational demeanor, surprising to all around. What? I still know reality. I'm just not very fond of my current physical form in it. And I want to observe my formerly mentioned form, added Simba. In short, let me down now, mother, Simba demanded. At least say the magic word, Sarabi said patiently. Sure, her son might have been himself once again mentally, but that didn't excuse poor manners, even if he had all the reason to be unreasonable. Simba sighed and muttered a very harsh cuss under his breath. Please let me down, mother, he said while rolling his eyes. That's better. Sarabi released Simba, who had barely touched the ground, as he already went for a sprint towards the waterhole. Thoughts were racing inside Simba's mind, but one persisted above all else. Please let me still have my mane. Please let me still have my mane. Please let me still have my mane. Then, as his paws came to an abrupt halt, that he gazed onto the mirror-like surface of the waterhole.
No!
Echoed the king's prepubescent high voice through the Pride Lands. I basically look like a girl, Simba exclaimed. Please tell me this isn't actually bothering you that much, Sarabi said. Well, I mean, it was one of his pet peeves growing up, now I remembered. Sarabi thought about this for a second and then recalled with a chuckle. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, there was that incident when Simba had covered himself in mud to make leaves stick to his head to make it look like he had a mane. You are not helping, mother, pouted Simba. That was just adorable, added Sarabi with a motherly smile. I'm not adorable, I'm the king, and as king, I can't rule like this, he went on. I would make a mockery of myself, Simba said as his eyes remained fixed on the smooth, reflective surface. He kept patting the top of his head with his right front paw, as if any second his majestic mane would just pop up again. Simba, it will be fine. If what the others said is true, then we will be back to our old selves by the dawn of the day after tomorrow, reasoned Nala. That would be okay if the delegation from the Tree of Life weren't expected by tomorrow morning, Simba said, still not averting his eyes from the waterhole. Shahazi and Ananda of the Tree of Life. They would only stay for one night, go through a few diplomatic pleasantries, and then move on to the other surrounding kingdoms. This would mark their first visit to the Pride Lands since Scar's reign. Re-establishing good diplomatic relations with the other tribes was very important to Simba, but now, this meeting and the diplomatic relations between the Pride Lands and the Tree of Life were in jeopardy. I'm really sorry for how I was acting just now. It's just that all of this is a bit much to take in at once, Simba explained. You understand, Khan said as he sat down next to his father. I'm sure we'll find a way to deal with this, Khan said in his usual determined voice. We want family after all, and we stick together. You know, Kiara chimed in, Kion is right, Dad, and I might have a plan for tomorrow, though truth be told it's a bit complicated. End of chapter 10.